What's up, Impact fam? This is Chris. I just wanted to reach out to you guys and just see how you guys were doing. Man, we wanted to update y'all with a few things for Impact, just so you guys know. Obviously, we are not meeting in person here at the church this week. So what we really wanted you guys to do was know that, hey, we're still for you though. We still love you. We still have a great plan for y'all tomorrow night for Impact at 7 o'clock. And what that means is, hey, wherever you are, at home, hanging out with your family, hopefully you guys are washing your hands and staying safe there. We're gonna actually have a video that's gonna be up for y'all that we are gonna post on Instagram, and you guys will have the opportunity to watch a message. And then after that, after you watch the message, we really want you guys to still connect with your small groups. If that's via FaceTime, if that's via a Zoom call, if it's house party, whatever it is, connect with your small groups. Guys, we're gonna have some small group questions for y'all as well. And we're also want you guys to take a time to talk about what are some highs in your life? What are some lows in your life? How are you guys feeling right now? What are some worries? What are some fears? What are some great things going on? It's still gonna be small group time, but we wanted to do it from a distance because it's really important that we stay safe, we stay healthy right now at this time. And at the end of that, I want you guys to pray and have prayer requests for whatever it is going on in your life, because it's still that important. We have to remain Impact strong right now, even though we aren't able to meet right here at the church. And on Sunday, we threw some stuff out on social media, asking y'all for some feedback as to how we can still be here for y'all and how we can still be strong in this together. And one of those things was videos. So we got videos coming for y'all. Another thing was, hey, we'd love to kind of do like a devotional talk. We'd love to talk about some topics and things that are really loud right now in the world. And one of those things was fear. It was anxiety. It was worry. How do we handle these things right now? Man, with everything going on with coronavirus. Like, is it okay if I'm afraid? Is it okay if I'm worried? Is it okay if I'm anxious? If I'm nervous? Like, everything around me right now in life is just changing. There's no more school. All of our sports are gone. Restaurants are closed. Maybe my mom or my dad, maybe they are being laid off and they lost their job. Maybe I lost my job. I don't really know what to do. I'm sitting at home all day and I'm just really afraid. I'm really worried. I'm nervous. What's gonna happen tomorrow? What's gonna happen next week? What's gonna happen next month? I'm very afraid. Y'all, fear is a real thing. Fear is a very terrible, awful thing. If we're not careful, it can control us. Hey, and first I want you to know this. Hey, if you're in high school, if you're in middle school, if you're a senior getting ready to go to college, if you're in 6th grade still trying to figure some things out, it's okay to be afraid. As a follower of Jesus, it's okay to be afraid. I still get afraid. I still get worried. I still get fearful, especially when everything as we know it all of a sudden changes, right? But as followers of Jesus, we're not called to live in that fear. We're not supposed to be controlled by that fear. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen next week. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. No, we really don't. I know what we should do is honor the government and honor the expectations that we have. Washing our hands again is so important, right? And being smart. But y'all, we can't live in that fear. Hey, a really cool example from the Bible was when Jesus was hanging out with his disciples. And Matthew 8 tells this story. Mark 4 tells this story. It's in the Gospel of Luke as well. But Jesus is getting ready to go out, and he's getting ready to go with his disciples after he's been teaching and hanging out with his people all day, And he says, all right, I'm going to go out in the boat, get away for a minute, and kind of relax. And the disciples come with them, and they go out in the boat, and it starts to get a little bit late, and Jesus decides, hey, it's nighttime. I'm going to go ahead and take a little nap. I'm tired. We get some sleep. So Jesus gets a pillow, and he goes up to the stern of the boat, and he lays his head down, and he gets some rest. And all of a sudden, when he gets rest, man, out of nowhere, a storm comes. And not just like, some rain like it's raining out here today on St. Patty's Day. Like, hey, happy St. Patty's Day, by the way. Wear your green, okay? Don't get pinched. It is still St. Patty's Day, okay? But this storm happens and water starts pouring in the boat. And I'm not talking like just like a little jug. Like waves are just lapping in there, boom after boom after boom on top of each other. And these disciples are like, dude, what do we do? Like, not only is this crazy, like our lives are about to end. We're about to drown. Like, I'm terrified. I'm completely freaked out. I don't know what to do. And our Savior Jesus is over here just sleeping, probably snoring, maybe drooling a little bit. Well, he was perfect. He didn't snore. Maybe he drooled some, but it probably smelled like vanilla or something, right? And they didn't know what to do. So finally, I guess one of the disciples said, like, let's stop getting this water out of the boat. Let's go wake up Jesus. We got to wake up Jesus and figure out what we're supposed to do here because this is crazy. So they run over to Jesus and they're screaming, Jesus, 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 wait, hey, man, hey. dude, you're sleeping. Like, what's going on here? Like, we're drowning. We are going down as we speak, and you just want to sleep. Like, can you please help us? Help us, help us. I'm terrified. We don't know what to do. And the disciples were together in that too, by the way. And Jesus wakes up, though. Probably yawns. Maybe pops his neck or pops his toes or fingers, whatever he does when he wakes up, you know. And he gets up and he looks at the waves, at the wind, and everything going on around him. And Jesus says, hey, be still. The gospel tells us he rebukes it. Hey, chill, stop. Wind, relax. Waves, chill out. Not right now. We don't need this right now. And immediately when he does that, the wind dies down. The waves, man, it chills out. It's probably just like a sheet of glass over the water at that point. And everything's calm. The disciples, they all take a second, they look at each other, and they're probably like, yo, did you see that? Who is this guy? Like, even the wind and the waves, they obey him. They follow him. Like, this guy really is the Son of God. I'm following this dude. For the rest, another reason why the disciples are like, dude, for the rest of my life, whatever Jesus says, that's what I'm doing. That's wherever he goes, I'm going. I don't even care what happens to the rest of the world and everything around me. That's my God. Yo, but what's cool about that story is the disciples were afraid. They were terrified, and they had Jesus with them. I know for a lot of us, we're like, man, if I was with Jesus, I'd never be afraid. If he was with me in the flesh physically, and I saw him and dapped him up and hung out with him, well, coronavirus, so, we give the elbows or the foot daps, whatever it is, I would never be afraid. No. Hey, it's okay to be fearful. It's okay to have those times to still have questions. The disciples did with Jesus. Isn't that great that they did when they were with Jesus? So right now, almost 2,000 years later, when we see those stories and we hear when the Bible tells us over 80 times as a command, do not fear, do not worry, do not be anxious. God's not telling us that because he says, hey, I don't want you to be afraid because it's never going to happen. I don't want you to be afraid because, I know that you're better than that. I'm disappointed if you fear. No. God's telling us that because he's like, hey, you don't need to. You're going to hurt yourself. Trust me, I got you. I sent my son Jesus to be with you. So when you're afraid, shout to him. Just like the disciples did in that boat. They screamed and went over to Jesus and said, Jesus, wake up. Hey, man, come on. We got to fix this. For some of us right now, we're in the middle of this scare and this pandemic, which is a very, very real thing. And we want to expect it, and respect it as a real thing. But some of us, we've completely forgot that Jesus is in the boat with us right now. And Jesus isn't freaking out because his hope's not in this world. His hope's in the Heavenly Father and in God and in heaven. And what's so cool is Jesus is probably right there with you right now. He might be sleeping on that pillow. Again, he doesn't snore. He's perfect, right? No drool, or unless it smells like vanilla or something, right? And for some of us, we need to go over to him and say, Jesus, please help me. I'm so worried. I'm so anxious. I'm so fearful. I don't know what to do because everything that I knew was all of a sudden stopping. And I'm afraid. Hey, tomorrow night when you connect with your small group leaders and when you guys connect with your friends in your small group, I want you guys to be honest if you're nervous right now, if you're afraid right now, if you're worried right now, because it's totally okay if that's the case. I want you guys to pray for each other and pray with one another when that fear happens, because it's okay. The disciples experienced it with Jesus, but they ran to him in the boat to wake him up. And for some of us right now, we need to run to Jesus because he's in our boat. And if he's sitting there relaxing, he's like, come to me. Come on. Bring me your fear. Bring me your worry. Bring me your doubts. Yeah, I know it's real. I know there's very, very real reasons to be concerned. But don't let them control you. As followers of Jesus, y'all, we're not called to live in that fear. We're called to live with Jesus. And right now we can do those things just by waking him up in our boat saying, Jesus, please help me, help me, help me, help me, help me, help me, help me. I'm so afraid, I'm so worried, I'm so concerned. Hey, so right now, as you guys are sitting exactly wherever you are tonight watching this, I want you guys to know when fear comes, it's okay. Don't hide from it. But just be sure you say, hey, Jesus, I need you. I need some help. Please help me to be encouraged. Help me not to be controlled by this fear. Help me to wake you up and stay close with you, because that's why he gave himself for us. Guys, we love you, Impact. We're for you, Impact. And please know we'll always be right here with you.